Hi, my name is Mandolin Royal, and today I'm going to cook another one of our American Bresse. In my last video, I did a store-bought Cornish cross against one of our American Bresse, and the texture difference was incredible. I mean, that Cornish cross was so soft and mushy, but I think in the American Bresse, I undercooked it a little bit, and I'm using the leftovers to do a chicken Alfredo, probably tomorrow, but today, I wanted to do a little do-over on the American Bresse. And some things that I did differently is I'm going to use 350 degrees for the cooking temperature. It's what I've done historically, and I think using the 325 degrees is what threw me off. And while the temperature checked out okay, it was a little bit different than what I'm used to. So we're doing 350 degrees probably for about an hour and a half. That first hour is going to be covered, and it's going to be uncovered for the last 30 minutes. I used the same flavor profile as I did last time. I took a whole lemon and I cut it into quarters. 3/4 went inside of the bird into the cavity, and the other quarter I spritzed on the outside. There's also salt and pepper on the outside with a little bit of safflower oil coating it. That way the spices will stick to the outside. I worked garlic in between the skin and the meat. I did it from both ends of the bird by loosening up the skin and working minced garlic throughout. Any leftover garlic got sprinkled on the outside, and some whole chunks got thrown onto the inside. There's also a fresh thyme on the inside. It's probably one of my favorite herbs to use when cooking chicken. We're going to go ahead and do a side of squash today for this one. And I invited my dad over. That way I can get his 2 cents on it. So now I'm going to go ahead and cover this bird in aluminum foil, making sure that the foil doesn't touch, which will be tricky here because he overhangs. I want to see if I can, I don't know. I'll figure it out. It's going to be good eating. And I'm wondering if anything else different pops in with that difference in temperature. We'll find out. Alright, so I've just pulled the chicken out of the oven, and I've put the thermometer in. It's at 175, but I still don't have that outside color yet. So I'm going to pop it back in the oven and see if we can get some more color on the outside. So here's our American Bresse, fresh out of the oven after gaining some color. And I wanted to show something that indicates doneness to me, and that is when the skin starts to peel back on the lower leg. It's a little trickier to see it since I have it trussed this way into the side skin. And this part right here, you can see how thin the skin is on the front. There was a nice little gap that showed to indicate that. But I'm going to give it about 10 minutes to rest. Then we're going to carve it and serve it and taste it and talk about it a little bit more. So this is what we have left. It was a no-go on getting reactions on camera from my dad and my husband, but that's fine. It was still really, really yummy. I wanted to peel this back and show you the color of the leg and thigh. I'm going to try to do it one-handed. A lot of people talk about there being color differences, and that's going to vary in different varieties, different bloodlines within varieties. The only way to know what you're producing for the table is to eat them and figure out if that's where you want them to be or not. And I don't like that really dark meat. I don't want it to taste like turkey. I want it to taste like chicken. That outer thigh muscle is pretty light colored. Oh yeah, this one got to the right doneness for the thigh. Ended up being 2 hours total at 350 degrees. Hour and a half covered. 30 minutes uncovered. So this thigh, it's pretty light in color. I really don't see a whole lot going on in terms of a dark meat. Mostly it's on the inside of the lower leg, but not so much the upper thigh. I hear a scavenging dog coming in now. So I'm gonna get this put up. Make a little bowl for the dogs. This one turned out better than Friday's. The other one, it was really good. This one was just a little bit better. So I still think I'm going to keep using 350 degrees. And I like it to be a minimum of an hour and a half, going up towards 2 hours. Depending on the size of bird, too. That'll matter. This one was the other 3-pound, 11-ounce bird. Pretty sure you guys are not going to require a video on chicken Alfredo. I'll spare you that. But I'm going to try to keep putting out the bird knowledge as I find recordable moments. More on this later.